Welcome back, folks, and today we're going to be making a Lardy cake. Yes, I know, we've done one in the last video, but that was using a Panasonic mixer. Today, we're going to actually be using this Uno machine because a lot of people said, Steve, how low can we go? Well, you're going low if you buy one of these, aren't you? Only joking. And for your flour, you want 340 grams. That's strong baker's flour. You want 42 grams of caster sugar, 42 grams of egg, which is basically milliliters, by the way, 7 grams of bread improver, which is actually in there, 3 grams of salt, 38 grams of margarine or butter. Now remember, this does contain salt, so you're sort of doubling up the salt. So you might want to use unsalted if you want to, but I don't, I just sling it all in. 130 ml of milk and 10 grams of dried yeast. Now, most of you probably realize, Steve, you're using dried yeast, not fresh. Well, this is what I'm using today. Now, if you want to use fresh yeast, then you do need to just double it up. That's how I find it. And this recipe will make you 8 Lardys. And you do need a tray. Now, this is a 12 by 8 inches, by the way, tray. And you also need things like brown sugar or granulated sugar, a mixed fruit, and one main ingredient is lard. So we're going to get straight down with it and see if we can actually physically mix this in here, because I don't know. I've not done a test on this. I've not tried it. I've done some at work, which is very similar. So what we need to do first is stick in our egg. Now, because there's a small amount of egg, it's going to look pretty lost. And believe me, it does look lost in here at the moment. Yeah, looks pretty lost, doesn't it? Now we'll add the milk. I'm thinking this might be an impossible task. Hey, you never know. If you don't try it, you never know. Right, now what we're going to be doing is adding in the rest of the ingredients into the bowl. And believe me, it's going to look really lost, as I would say. So let's stick them in. Hopefully you'll be able to see this all right. I think this is going to not work. Right, so we'll get our ingredients onto the machine. Now you want to be mixing this for about 10 minutes. Now on my Panasonic, it was 20 minutes. This is only going to need 10 minutes if we can mix it. So we're going to set the dial up here. So we want 10 minutes, which I believe will be plenty. Press down. Now we want to be mixing this at about 50. And that's it. So hopefully this is going to mix. It's looking fine at the moment. So hopefully we're not going to get any problems with this machine. The only thing that you do get a problem with is that blooming noise. It is a noisy machine. Just in case anyone's wondering, we're making a Lardy cake in the Ooni. We're trying to find out whether it actually mixed this up well or not. It is only a very small amount of dough. Incredibly low. And at the moment that looks as though it's pretty dry, but don't worry too much about it. Let's check the dough for a minute. Yeah, that's going to want more water. But we're going to be adding milk. We'll add a little bit of milk, because as this warms up, it gets soft anyway. And it looks as though we may have to whack it up a bit. I'm going to double the speed to get that mixed in, because otherwise it's going to take forever. Right, we'll turn it back down. Now 50 is plenty. So we don't want to go any more than that. That'll be fine. So we'll come back when the dough is ready. Right, our dough's nearly ready. It's got a minute to go. And it looks as though it's stuck round the spiral. So we'll just spin it up to get it off that spiral. As you can see, it is struggling with this small amount of dough. And this is under, well, actually it's above a small loaf, but it isn't like a 2-pound loaf. We're going to take that now. All we need to do is spray it round with some releasing spray. Just round, just to help it come out. That'll do. And that's ready. So this is our dough straight from the machine. What we need to do is just mold it into a piece, like a nice shape. So we'll just get this. So that is a nice piece of dough, right? Nice and soft, a perfect bun dough. If you're pizza making, that is too hard for you. So just in case anybody's wondering, let's weigh the dough just to see how much we got here. Because a lot of you will probably say, well, how much dough is there in total? 641 grams. Now, for you people like me, or English, in ounces, that's 22. It's not a 1 pound loaf, but it's not a 2 pound loaf. Now, normally, I weigh this lardy off at a pound. So you can do it at a pound if you want. So we'll take off this bit. I can't get it down that low, really. So that's a pound there. So this amount of dough would be left. We might as well chuck it in because I can't really do much with it. Well, I can, but in this video, we're making a lardy. So I'm gonna stuff it in. The only difference is with this will make your lardy thicker. Now, if you do a pound, it'd be narrower, but it'd be more like I call juicier. Bit of flour. Now, all we need to be doing is rolling this out so it's like this. So it's that big. And that's pretty simple, isn't it, folks? There you go. And remember, with this dough, you don't have to rest it. This is no time. Because we've used bread improver, you don't need to use a rest period. You can get straight on with it. So roll them out. Like that. So split it down into 3 parts. That little part there, leave blank, and then all this we're going to cover with lard. This stuff. And just spread it on. Because I know how much dough's here now, I can make it actually a little bit more, because last time I made them when I was on my other machine, I was a bit limited because I didn't really know how much. I should have weighed the dough then, but at least I know now what's here. Now I know you folk out there say, oh my God, Steve, look at all that lard. Yeah, it's a lot of lard. Just make sure you get it to the edges. There you go. Mixed fruit, once again, just put it on the top and you can put as much as you like on. Now I know the weight of this now, so I know I can actually put a lot more fruit on. Like that. And sugar. Yeah, just put it on. Get it covered. Now I will share the weights to how much I'm putting in. But this is actually just a guesstimate, really. In the real world of most bakers, we know what we're doing. So this is a lardy. So now get this, is it a third or a quarter? No, I think it's a third, isn't it? Fold that over and then just press it down and down like that. Then take this piece and we're whipping it over there like this. Now being careful, make it all join up so it's all nice and neat. Like that. And then we're going to flick it back over. Do make sure you put some flour down. Flick it back over like that. There we go. Now, as someone pointed out to me the other day, is this puff pastry? No, this is dough. This is an enriched dough, especially for bun making. And now we're going to do the same as we did before. Now remember, we have to fit that tray. So We're going to fold it again and then we'll make it fit that tray. So probably have to go about the same size as we did before, like that. So we squeezed all the layers together like that, all nice. Now that would be, you could just chuck that into a lardy as it is, but what you want is to fold them over, try not to get too much flour on, and then fold them over again. And this is how you get all that nice juices. And then just roll it to fit. Remember, this needs to be 12 by 8. Which is about that, I would have thought. Yeah, what about that then, folks? Hey, how many times have I done this? Yeah, believe me, a lot. And if you're wondering, if you've got some paper, always use these clips. It just keeps your paper in situation. There we go, take them clips off. And one easy moment, in we go. Hey, look at that. And then just make sure it's all leveled out. And this makes 8. So take the center and you're pressing this right the way through to the tray. Okay? Then again, take the center, but don't go right the way through. This time you're going all the way through to the tray, but not the right across. And again there. Like that. And that is your lardy. So what we're going to be doing with this now is proving it. This will take around about 1 hour to prove. And all we need to do is cover that with a wet cloth. Now Mrs. Crazy Baker really detests this because I've used one of her tea towels, but she's not here to say anything, is she? And all we do is cover it over like that. Now I am going to put this into my oven. Now my oven temperature on that is just around about 30 Celsius. So we'll see you back in around about 1 hour. And then I've got a little trick for you for baking. So our larders are now ready. Well, I believe so. So let's have a quick look and see what I think. Oh yeah, that is just perfect. Baking these from cold. So pop your oven on. Now your oven wants to be 200 Celsius. And I'm not using a fan. So the reason I'm not going to use a fan is because I don't use a fan at work. Now that's 400 Fahrenheit, which is equivalent to around about 200, or as someone pointed out, Steve, bake them at around a 190. That's what they do 24/7. And I'll go with that. Yeah, 190 Celsius is fine. I mean, you can even go down to 180 if you want to. If you're on a fan assisted, that's roughly where you want to be, I guess. Even the 400 Fahrenheit is just a guesstimate, really. Now, this will take from cold 30 minutes to bake. So we'll be back in 30 minutes and we'll see how we get on. So as soon as they come out of the oven, you need to wash them over with, it's basically sugar and water, or you can use golden syrup. This just stops the top from drying out. Our larders are now cooled, so we'll get them out and try them up. Today, I'm going to use the yellow one. I haven't used this one for a long time. Look, they're bent up, aren't they? Oh, yes. Look how nice and sticky that is. Ha, ha, ha. That is absolutely lush. So let's whip them open and see what it's like. They still feel a bit warm, actually. I mean, this is 30 minutes, by the way. Suppose I better try some of this. Let's have a closer look. All that nice stickiness in there. Oh, look at that. Oh, this is heart attack cake. Oh, oh, that smells absolutely lush. Now, I'm going to be a little bit naughty and I'm going to just have a piece off the end here. Smells wonderful. My doctor told me I'm not allowed to eat this stuff. That's why they give you statins. Statins, and then you can eat what you like. Then it doesn't fill up your veins. Yeah, that is lush. If there's one thing you need to make, that's a lardy cake. It's high in calories, it's high in fat, it's high in cholesterol, it's high in everything. And this video is all about the Ooni and whether it can mix a small amount of dough. And there you go, it proves the point. It will go down low. Can we make a 1 pound loaf out of it? I don't know. I will try that. That is banging. And if you like this type of content, please subscribe and please share. And don't forget, check out that link up there if you want to buy me a cup of coffee. And over here, that's a video you should watch. And we'll see you again very shortly. Laters! Would anybody know if I ate a whole one?